So, this is a little unorthodox and a little bit, this is not how I planned that this would go, but here we go. I think it's really good that you and I discussed this discussed that my project should be about motivation. I've done a lot of thinking about it, but not a lot of action, and that sort of plays into the motivation. We all can be, there's different kinds of motivation. There's outside motivation, there's intrinsic, there's extrinsic, that's the outside. Learned about this in psychology class in high school. The intrinsic motivation is the motivation that comes from within, the motivation that we have to complete a certain task or to complete a series of tasks or whatever. The extrinsic motivation comes from the outside influences such as parents or school deadlines or coaches or whatever, mentors that push us to exceed our own self-set limitations. These motivations all come together to create the actions that we put forth. The fact that so many of us struggle with our own motivation is indicative of the fact that we are human. And I personally have struggled with motivating myself and following others' following clues from other people to be motivated, such as my parents or you or you, Alex, and or coaches or whatever. Other professors. It took me till March of my first year of college to realize that I am a bad student, and it sucks to realize that, but it also is sort of eye-opening to me to show where my motivations lie. I spent most of my time this year focusing on social things rather than academic things, and it has cost me, and it was really clear to me. I was having a Skype conversation with my mother, and she said, she asked me what I had been up to. I told her everything I had been doing with Ira, and she said, "Well, you only have fun things to tell me about, and nothing about your classes." And that made it very clear to me that I needed to start noticing it. It's hard to sort of bring this motivation together in the midst of a world of struggles and stress. Right at the end of every semester, there's going to be lots of stress and lots of internal conflict and lots of motivation, procrastination, all coming together. Everyone's freaking out, whoa, crazy, and let me just give you an idea. This is what I would look like if I let it destroy me. I would look like this, and no one wants to look like this. So the whole point is I'm not letting this motivation destroy me, and I think that it's possible that others don't have to either. The way that I intended to do this was to do a speech in front of the class, but this works well too. It gives me a chance to do personal commentary, which is exactly what you want to hear anyway, rather than a premeditated presentation that I thought up out of my ass. You rather hear a spontaneous presentation that I thought up out of my ass. But this is proof of procrastination and motivation. This, while embarrassing and kind of inappropriate for me to submit a project that I procrastinated on and admit that I procrastinated on it, is the product of poor motivation, poor self-motivation. So, to wrap it all up, if we bring together our intrinsic and our extrinsic motivations, we have to take into account that we have to value them. We must value them in order to make something of it. If we do not value those intrinsic or extrinsic motivations, we'll just end up like this guy, or not caring. And if you don't care, then what's the point? I just want to thank you for a great semester, and I'm sorry that I'm showing up late with all of this, but I'm glad that you have taken the time to look at this 5-minute video. And I hope that this is sufficient. Thank you, Alex.